Hello and welcome to the MAC weather page for this Friday, June 16th, and we'll have a chance of showers and thunderstorms this morning. We'll get a break, and then more showers and thunderstorms will move in for this afternoon into the evening hours. And much like the last several days, some areas will get a whole lot of rain and some areas won't see any rain. But you can see the extended outlook also calls for a progressive pattern, so we're going to get very active again. I think we have some of the best chances of severe storms we've seen so far this season across the state here over the next 6 to 10 and 8 to 14 day outlooks, as we will have continuing surges of heat try to come out of the southwest, followed by cold fronts, and we'll repeat that over and over. Now for Saturday into Saturday night, we have a marginal to a slight risk of severe storms across the area. And again, we'll continue to monitor that. The threat looks like it has been increasing here on the last couple computer model runs. And again, looks like the best chance would be from around about 3 o'clock to about 10 o'clock tomorrow night. And we could see weather watches with this setup as well. So something we'll keep an eye on here over the next couple of days. Nice sunrise this morning across the Breckenridge area and all across the state here. Not too bad. We got thunderstorms moving into some portions of the area, and particularly the Clarksville, which has picked up about 4/10 of an inch of rain. These storms are getting ready to move into Lansing at the time. By the time you see this video, they may have already been rolling through. And again, temperature's quite mild out there in the mid to upper 60s. If we look at the soil conditions here as far as moisture over the last few months, this was from yesterday, only 30% when you take all the stations and average their weighted average out for the month of June as far as rainfall. And if we skip ahead, about 12% improvement thanks to a lot of rain, much of it coming from Marlette. Now they're at 150% or 157% of the normal June rainfall. Overall, we're about 2/3 of where we should be over the last 47 days of the first 47 days of the growing season. And if we look at the drought monitor, this is from 3 weeks ago, then 2 weeks ago, and then the most recent one. And you can see, we talked about how I thought we were going to see southern lower Michigan, the Ohio Valley begin to dry out some with that dry weather. And if we look at the last week's drought monitor, you can see a little bit starting to show up in Missouri. And now the most recent one, we even got some dryness showing up in the southwest lower Michigan, parts of Illinois, back into northern Missouri and southeast Iowa. We'll see those areas improve here with the next outlook that comes out on Tuesday, which will show about next Thursday or Friday by the time we actually are able to show it. But you can see certainly it's been quite dry across the Ohio Valley and the southern Great Lakes. But again, improving conditions as we go back into a more progressive and zonal type flow, and that's going to mean plenty of opportunities for rain here over the next several weeks. And we've highlighted some of the big rainfalls down in southeast lower Michigan 2 days ago up towards Mount Pleasant yesterday, or 2 days ago. And then last night, you can see a lot of rainfall up to 2.6 inches of rain in some parts over near the Marlette area, just to the east-southeast of Marlette. And Marlette itself had 1.8 inches of rainfall. And then portions of northern Gratiot County picked up about anywhere from 1/4 to 1/2 inch. But again, quite scattered. All the activity really got developing across the eastern portions of the state yesterday, and really intensified as it headed towards the east. So a lot of the thumb area getting quite a bit of rain, as well as portions of southwest Ontario. If we look at the radar this morning, this is as about an hour ago, you can see the storms that moved through the Clarksville area, giving them about 4/10. We're heading towards the Lansing Charlotte area, and again, these storms will create a pretty busy morning, I think, for southern lower Michigan, especially for our Jasper and Blissfield locations. You should see some pretty good showers this morning. We'll get a break here for late morning into the afternoon, and then we'll see more redevelopment here as we get towards late afternoon into the evening hours, and a much better chance of storms as we get into tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow night. Again, some of those could be on the strong side with locally heavy rainfall. On the weather map this morning, you see low pressure system is going to slowly move towards the Great Lakes, and as it does, it's going to spread severe weather into the area. You can see we're under a slight risk all the way up to about the Gratiot County, southern Gratiot County area, all the way down to the Indiana-Ohio border. Again, some of those storms could be on the strong side tomorrow with strong damaging winds, maybe some large hail. And then by Sunday, again, as that front moves out, we'll at least have a chance for morning showers and thunderstorms possibly, and maybe some in the late afternoon as it gets warmth begins to make things a little bit unstable. But again, over the next 3 days, I think most areas will see up to an inch of rain. You can see that on the forecast in the next 72 hours. Much of the area picking up around or over an inch. A little bit less across the southeast part of the state, but with these thunderstorms coming through, that may be a little bit low as well. We'll see what happens with that. And then if we look at the severe weather outlook, you can see for day 2, even enhanced area of severe storms just off to our southwest. Marginal for most of the southern 2/3 of lower Michigan, and again that slight risk coming into around the Muskegon over towards Flint area and off to the south. And again, our forecast, you can see quite mild, highs around low 80s across the northern areas, upper 80s down near Blissfield and Jasper, well into the 80s over the weekend. Then Sunday we cool off a little bit, we'll be around 80. And then for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, a little bit drier conditions out there, lower humidities, and nighttime temperatures in the 50s with highs in the 70s will make it feel quite comfortable out there. Thanks for stopping by and have yourself a great day, a great weekend, and 73s to all.